100 people for the college entry session.
All right, so the sound setup is the same. These are our mics. This is the master volume. I don't know if we're quite live yet.
Do we have to turn this up?
We will win. Good morning and welcome back to the AG Financial Arena here in Springfield, Missouri. This is a girls 12 and under quarterfinals game between the THESA Riders and the Springfield Rush. THESA start off right away, winning the tip and getting a basket. My name is Paul Gilmore, joined by CJ Pomeroy. We're bringing you the action here in Springfield on day 2, Tuesday here in Evangel. CJ, how are you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's day 2 of Nationals. It's amazing to me how quickly day 1 goes, but that's what happens when you're having so much fun. And here at 8 o'clock in the morning, it might be a little early, but it is the week of Nationals, so it is a fun time to be in the gym.
So that foul was a blocking foul on Savannah Ragsdale, her the first foul of the game. Rush will inbound underneath their basket.
THESA Riders have a great history. Mariah Jefferson winning multiple national championships way back in the day, going to UConn, winning 4 national championships in a row at the University of Connecticut under Coach Gino Auriemma, and then number 3 pick in the WNBA draft. So the tradition and the history is rich with THESA, and they've got a strong girls program, and the future is very bright for this THESA team.
So on that last basket, that was Riley Littlepage, and she hits that basket as well. They gave her a 2 on that last deep shot, and so that's 2 straight 2-point baskets for her, and it's a quick 6-0 lead for THESA.
Yeah, it's 6-0 Riley. She's got all 6 points. Rusher doing a good job right here of getting past that press break, which is what they're going to have to figure out how to do consistently.
Good handle for Springfield on Inslee Milliken.
Tough pass right there. Right idea.
And THESA is going to call a quick timeout. Maybe they saw the defense and wanted to take a quick conversation about it. And CJ, I wanted to ask you about this as we're kind of in the early going of this. You have some daughters that are playing basketball, and a year or 2 ago they were at this level, at this stage. So when you get to that 12 and under age group, for me, I guess maybe it's a little bit of a surprise seeing them full court press at 12U girls, but I guess what can you expect for the girls at this level?
Well, the real competitive teams are going to press, because I think as coaches have learned and developed in their coaching, what they realize is there is a very big importance on developing pressure defense early in a player's career, and not just developing pressure defense, but developing man-to-man defensive concepts. So you take, for instance, CHSM. They don't play zone anywhere in their girls program. It is all man, regardless of the game and regardless of the outcome. And that is by design. It is because they're saying, hey, we know we're going to do this later on in high school. We're going to teach this principle right now.
And that was Littlepage, who received the pass. She's going to go up for the shot, but it's fouled, so she'll go to the line shooting 2. And CJ, like you mentioned, she's got all 6 points in the game so far, looking to add to that total.
Some of it is a function of the pressure and where she plays in that, which is terrific. I know that sometimes, as a former coach, where I would put my players within my press was dependent upon what I wanted out of each player. Sometimes I wanted my ball hawk to be in the middle of my press, as opposed to, even if he was the quickest guy, I may not have wanted him at the point of the press. I may have wanted him in the middle because I wanted him to see the ball and steal the ball.
Rush, the hometown team, looking to get on the board. That shot as a 3-pointer, short off the front iron. Rebound, THESA coming the other way. Littlepage quickly on the breakaway. so fast, and she now has a 9-0 run by herself.
You can tell that she is the get out and go. And this is just what you would expect from a team like THESA. You know, they've been up here and they played deep into the tournament. They're working hard to get to the national championship game and win the Undisputed. And it's a team, it's a program that's hungry. So this is definitely showing what they have been practicing for and developing for the last couple of years. And Rush is a great program here in Springfield, led by some great people. You can tell they're really trying to develop their teams and be competitive. Last year, their varsity boys team did a real good job throughout the tournament.
That shot is up and good for Gracelyn Jones. First player to score outside of Little Page. But not surprising for Little Page, as she was an all-region player out of the Big South.
So if I were coach,
that's the college three-pointer.
Is that Little Page?
The Little Page. Right. And now the Rush want to take a timeout and talk about the offensive onslaught from the Riders.
So I think part of the problem that the Rush have right now is they're trying to beat the press on the sides and through the dribble. In this particular press, because THESA is playing so far up, what they should look at trying to do is put two players at half court, one on either side of half court, and the person opposite the ball should flash toward the middle. And then you want to get that pass over the top of the front line of the defense. Once you get the ball over the top line of that defense and into that middle area of the press, now all you've got to do is turn from where you came, and the court is wide open, right? So then it's just a matter of everybody sprinting down the court. So Coach Turney is over there trying to help her girls understand how to get past the pressure here, and now it's up to them to adjust and try to beat this. If they can beat the press a couple times, I'm sure THESA will probably pull off, but they've got to beat it first. So there it is, that little sideline trap, and they tried to go over the top again to the side, but if you notice on the video, what you'll see is that the middle is wide open.
And just like you said, CJ, that time they had it exactly where they wanted it, just couldn't quite corral the pass. This time the Rush have a breakaway. Good job by THESA getting back and setting up. That three-pointer is
nice
short off
shot
the
right
front
there.
iron. That shot was Sophia Osborne. She was the Heartland All-Region player for Rush.
Good form, good balance. Not something you typically see out of girls at this level.
That three-pointer on the way, short off the front iron by Jones.
Good pivot out of there. Way to be strong, not allow that pressure. Interesting strategy from THESA. They go full court man on a made bucket, but on a miss, they just return to half court defense.
One thing we noticed yesterday is when you're playing at a court like AG Financial here in Evangel, which is a beautiful court, and we've enjoyed playing it here so far, is you'll see the line for high school and the line for college. And for some reason, mentally, every one of these players, no matter what age group, wants to shoot from the furthest line that they see.
We had this conversation yesterday on the broadcast over at Drury, and I think part of it is a lot of times these kids where they practice at a place that has one line, and the eye is trained to see the last line, right? And so I think that's a little bit of it. I think it's just they're not really thinking about, is this college, is this high school, as much as they're thinking, I need to get behind the last line.
That ball is going to be lost out of bounds back to the Riders. I want to thank you for joining us on the broadcast. I want to remind you as well, we also have our games happening over at Drury University today. That shot by Little Page was an air ball. Right now over at Drury, it's the other side of the bracket for the girls 12. We have the Fort Bend Eagles out of the Houston area versus the Dash Spartans out of the Dallas area. That three-pointer deep, and that is nothing but nylon.
Wow.
For Savannah Ragsdale, another all-region player for this THESA Riders group.
She has a sister who plays on one of the older teams, and Ragsdale players are very good players.
As a matter of fact, one of the boys varsity players that was an All-American is a Ragsdale as well. So very talented family.
You know, this is a very interesting defense that the Rush are playing. If you notice, they're playing a 1-3-1. That is not typically a defense you would see at this level. And what it shows you is that Coach Turney has a lot of trust in her girls to be able to rotate quickly as the ball moves.
Jones knocks down a pair of free throws.
And THESA, they can shoot the ball. They're just...
And that time a little bit too aggressive on the reach-in was Leah Flores.
And THESA has to be careful of that right now. You've got a 19-0 lead. It's easy to think, hey, let's be a little more aggressive. And referees understand a couple things, right? They understand what's going on in the game. And if they feel like you are trying to take advantage of it, they may get a little bit more tight on the whistle to force you into playing defense a little bit differently.
And that time, Little Page steals the ball and lays it in. Final minute of the opening period of play here, and the girls 12 and under. Little Page with another steal. Nice find underneath. That attempt no good, but Little Page gets in there for the offensive rebound.
She's just everywhere, offensively, defensively.
That running shot no good off the back iron. Little Page offensive rebound. Three-pointer on the way. That's short. A lot of offensive rebounds for this THESA Riders team. Just so aggressive attacking the basket. And that time it ends up with Gracelyn Jones back at the free throw line.
They just get after the ball. And that was on Sophia Osborne, her second foul.
Off the back iron and no good for Jones on the first attempt.
You can see that she has the makings of a good shooting form. I think she needs to come under the ball a little bit more. Put a little more arc on that. She gets that one to go. 3 free throws already for Jones.
Little Page with the steal over the top of the defense. Final seconds of the first quarter, stolen by Rush. Up ahead is going to be Milliken.
Ooh, opportunity.
And she's going to put it up.
Finish it.
No good off the left side. And that's going to do it for our opening period of play. After 6, we have THESA Riders 22, Springfield Rush 0. Second quarter and more action here from the AG Financial Arena coming up right after this. Meanwhile, at the other game, it's 4-2.
When it hurts, real time it. When it hurts, real time it. When it hurts, real time it. When it hurts, real time it.
Back here at the Valor Center, here at Evangel University. Second quarter action underway of the girls quarterfinals, 8A. The THESA Riders 4 seed versus Rush 5 seed.
Little Page is going to take a seat after having a 6, 10, 14-point quarter. And
that three-pointer on the way, and that's no good off the back iron. Good rebound from Jones.
And now THESA is really coming out with the desire to show why they think they can be an undisputed national champion.
That ball is intercepted. Good job on defense from men-to-men.
It's going to be important for the development of these rush players to not focus on the score and to focus on execution. Right? There's a lot of basketball left to be played today in this game. There's more games to come this week, but just for their development as a player, the important part is sticking with it. Not letting the mistakes get you down, not letting the pressure beat you, right? But just staying with it and being focused on getting better with every possession.
That three-pointer no good from Flores. Offensive rebound came to Jones, who missed the putback attempt. And Rush get a stop. Looking to get on the board.
Good
nice
take.
Drive on the
Good
left-hand
take.
side. That was Osborne, the all-region player. And she's going to go to the line, shooting 2.
Can definitely tell why she was the all-region player.
That foul was on number 30, Delaney Hamilton. First free throw off the left-hand side and no good.
Sophia's got a bright future ahead of her. All the makings of a very good player in high school.
And that second free throw no good also.
Very important as coaches, as parents, at this level, at the 12U level, always be looking ahead. How can this player develop for the future and be good for the future?
And you mentioned it earlier in the first quarter that the aggression of THESA kind of coming back to bite them a little bit now. They've got a couple of players picking up some fouls, and now we see a couple of substitutions as Little Page is back in. Riley Collins checks in as well.
And Coach Anderson she doesn't have a big bench, so her best players are going to play a good amount of minutes in this game. But you can make all the substitutions in the world when you have a 22-point lead and early in the second period in a game where you could easily drop a very big number. The referees are going to do their part to ensure that the game doesn't get extremely out of hand, which means they're going to be a lot tighter on the calls. So if they're coming in defensively and they're just do a small body check, right, or a small hand check, I would expect to see the officials start to call that a little bit tighter against THESA.
And that's Emmeline Hansen that just checked in for THESA. Corner three-pointer on the way, nothing but net for Flores. First points of the second quarter for either team. And it's a 25-0 lead for THESA.
Yeah, so there's a great example right there, right? There wasn't like super uber aggressive defense that Riley was playing, but she got her body. All she had to do was touch the player, and the referee was like, nope, I'm going to get you.
That three-pointer on the way from Osborne off the back iron. Springfield can't find the opening just yet. They've been doing a good job getting some stops here in the second quarter. Have not been able to convert. Good look on the inside for Jones. Just a little short. She gets the rebound. Little Page.
I'd be curious to know what Little Page averages on a per-game basis.
That shot no good from Little Page. Defensive rebound secured by Springfield.
Little Page looks like the next future high school star for THESA. Fast, but there again, it's not much of a foul. But 1, 3, 7 fouls, and 5 of them in this quarter. And this is just an adjustment players have to learn. Right, it comes from experience. It's understanding, when you have a lead like this, referees are going to be a little tighter, so play more fundamental defense, sit more in your stance, keep your hands wide. We talk about as coaches will say, show the referee your hands. Make sure that your hands don't come down trying to get a steal and poke something away. Just keep them high.
So one thing I love seeing is as they come down the court, the Osborne girls and the Springfield Rush all had a smile on their face. You know, clearly not the kind of game they were wanting, but still able to find some joy in the little things, such as getting on the scoreboard and just playing basketball.
Right now, that's really the focus they need to have is enjoy the game. You're out here, you're playing basketball. Yes, it's tough, but embrace the toughness, right? Because this is an opportunity to get better.
That three-pointer from the corner, good.
Great job.
Quick 4-0 run from the Rush. That was Catherine Mindeman. And if that name sounds familiar, Lily Mindeman is playing at college this year. She's played for Rush the last couple of seasons. And I was talking to Coach Turney before the game. She had mentioned that the Mindeman family has 5 girls in that program.
Oh, wow.
I believe 3 of them have now graduated and moved on, and the younger 2 are playing here on this team right now.
And if I remember correctly, and I follow Mr. Mindeman on X, so feel free to correct me if anybody hears this, but if I remember correctly, Lily is at John Brown University.
I believe that's correct. Nice 2-man game from Ragsdale and Little Page. That time on the drive, just a little short, was Milliken, and the ball will stay with Springfield. Substitutions for THESA. Delaney Hamilton checks back in, as does Lillian Medine. On the inbounds.
Oh, there you go. Good.
Nice pass to the outside. Osborne 3.
That
good.
Looked great. That looked great.
And now that Springfield has seen the ball go in a couple times, they now have 7 quick points on the board in this quarter. They're actually outscoring THESA here in the second quarter. Little Page running floater on the left-hand side falls just short. Rebound Rush. She swarmed on the touchline. Good job getting the ball out. Last touch by THESA, and it will be Springfield ball.
And I don't think Little Page actually wanted to shoot that. I think she was driving and looking for a pass, but then the defense collapsed. It took the pass away, and so she had to shoot it, which is why it looked the way that it did. Which, to her credit, that was extremely athletic.
That three-pointer is going to be off to the left. No good.
Did you see how fast she got that shot off? I mean, she may not have touched that ball for more than half a second.
Quick trigger.
That was fast.
Under a minute to go in the first half. THESA still with a 20-point advantage. Little Page drives to her left, knifes through the defense, puts it up, and that's a tough take.
She had to dribble through the defense from the top to the baseline, and then she still had a tough finish. Just goes to show you how good a player she really is.
That's a good drive by Osborne. No good that time.
Little Page to coast right here.
She's just so fast.
Wow.
I got to tell you, I have not seen Little Page play before, but that is certainly a name I'm going to be remembering.
Man, that was fast. And the thing is, she plays defense. She's not one of those that, just sits back and uses her talent to just do what she wants to do. She's out there working hard.
And that actually was the 3rd foul on Ragsdale. So that could be something to monitor in the second half. Certainly, you mentioned, CJ, not a deep bench necessarily. Certainly don't want to have players not available to play. No good on those 2 free throws.
Uh-oh.
Good defense from Rush. Good hustle.
Yep.
And that's going to stay with the Riders. Just 5.6 seconds left to go. We'll see if THESA can get a shot off to end the half.
Yeah, look at Ragsdale and Little Page right here. They're some sort of working together. Oh, never mind. My bad.
I'm not sure if Little Page knew exactly just how much time she had. She took 2 dribbles and shot from beyond the volleyball line. Probably had a few more dribbles in her.
Yep.
And that's going to do it for the first half of play. After 12 minutes, The THESA Riders lead 31-7 here at Evangel. Second half action and more coming up after this intermission. All right, well, apparently we need some of those college coaches here watching Little Page. Like that was impressive.
No, she is.
18 first half points. Only 4 in the second quarter.
Ouch!
When it hurts, real time it.
Dad always said, what are you feeding those kids? Miracle Grow? Of course, you think with the rush maybe, would be a little more corn fed.
Right. Here. Oh.
Ouch!
When it hurts, real time it. 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 When it hurts, real time it.
Second half underway here from the AG Financial Arena here in Springfield, Missouri. Tuesday at Nationals, opening 8 a.m. game. A girls 12U quarterfinals between the THESA Riders and the Springfield Rush. Paul Gilmore alongside CJ Pomeroy. In the first half, we saw THESA take a commanding 31-7 lead on the talents of Riley Littlepage. She finished the first half with 18 points.
uncharacteristic mistake right there from THESA. And kudos to Graceland Jones. She made that mistake. She looked at Little Page and said, hey, that was on me.
Osborne, the all-region player, just a little short on that shot. Springfield had a nice run in the second quarter to get on the board and get their 7 points. They got those 7 points in the matter of a few possessions. So capable of getting on the board in a hurry. They're going to need to start the second half in the way they continued that second quarter. That three-pointer from Flores, no good. Good rebound down low amongst the trees.
Amongst the trees.
That was Naomi Mindeman.
And again, those quick triggers, referee's gonna call it. It's not a deep bench for THESA. This is going to be a test in the second half for both coaches, right? THESA has to manage the game, right? So Coach Anderson has to manage the game while also trying to balance not losing her team's cutting edge, right? So there's a balance to be had and struck somewhere. And then on the other side, Coach Turney is trying to help her girls focus on how do we get better possession to possession. Let's not worry about the score, right? We're going to focus on the next game when we get there. Let's just focus on getting better in this game. And I tell you what, the last two possessions, you've seen Ensley Milliken and the other one is Naomi Mindeman, two of the shortest girls on the floor getting rebounds. That's a good start to getting better possession to possession.
Little Page, no good off the left-hand side.
And another rebound, Jovi Johnson right there. So, you know, some of the smaller girls on the floor are getting after the rebounds. That is something for a coach to build on. Ooh, be ready to pull the trigger. Get it back to her.
Good job from Mindeman to recognize that needed some spacing.
That's a heads-up play right there from Sophia Osborne. She was stuck with nowhere to go, and she intentionally threw that ball off of the defender's foot.
On the inbound, Osborne thought about it, drives left, left-hand floater, floats it up, just short. And we're going to have a foul on the play. I believe they called Flores for that foul.
THESA has Ragsdale and Hamilton with 3 fouls each. And Flores with 2 fouls. So it's not a deep bench.
And on top of that, as Osborne knocks in the free throw, that's now also the third team foul with 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah.
We'll see if the Rush can continue to be aggressive and take advantage.
As crazy as it may sound, you know, I mentioned the importance of Coach Anderson balancing what her team needs to be competitive all week long versus managing the game. At this point, with the foul count being what the foul count is and with her depth being what it is, she may actually need to consider going back to that full court press. Not because she's trying to run the score up or anything like that. They were not getting a whole lot of fouls called against them in that press. In this half court, they're getting a lot of fouls called against them.
A rare miscue from Little Page on the breakaway. She missed the layup. Great job by Rush to corral the possession. Jovi Johnson. And we got a jump ball. And it will go back to THESA.
Heads up play right there by Little Page. Very important for players when you are pivoting. Never put that ball hip location unless you're putting it in a protection mode. But if you just put that ball kind of hip location, kind of down, you allow the guards to come in and tie it up. And that was just a smart play by Little Page to do exactly that.
Jones, no good off the backboard.
Good rebound.
That three-pointer from Flores off left.
Oh, good look.
Another look on the interior pass. It's going to be knocked away. Good defense from Rush. And CJ, since that first quarter, whenever Rush really got hit hard, they were down 22-0 in that first quarter. Since then, they've been winning these quarters. Granted, it's been a very slow third quarter. Literally just 1 point. It's been 1-0 so far in favor of Rush. But they've done a good job of holding their own after that initial onslaught in the first quarter.
Well, and some of that is dependent upon Coach Anderson pulling off the press. They could have really made that real ugly had they continued doing that. And then the other part of it is, again, we mentioned this earlier, when referees see the score in the game and they think it's going to get out of hand, they're going to get real tough and real tight with the whistle, which is exactly what has happened.
And before that shot attempt could be put up by Milliken, shuffle to feet, traveling violation.
The three-point shuffle.
We saw a lot of that called yesterday, but ultimately you realize as you're watching these games that a lot of these officials here on the feature courts are college refs. And yesterday we noticed a lot of them having conversations with players, letting them know why they were making certain calls. And several of them mentioned specifically that that's going to be called at the next level. So I think they did a great job of just trying to prepare these players for what's to come as they continue to play basketball. Nice floater from Flores.
Good move right there. That was a really necessary bucket. I mean, I understand what the score is, but again, as a coach trying to build a national championship team, you have to recognize what your team needs to stay sharp and competitive, and that was an important bucket for THESA to help continue this positive momentum they have to start the week.
That three-pointer is going to be tipped and blocked, but then on the rebound, a running shot is up for Milliken. She's going to go to the free throw line.
And you can see the referees, typically you would rotate right there, and they decided, no, we're not going to rotate. We're going to just make the call for me. Save some steps. Good referees do exactly what you were talking about, Paul. They'll help players understand what it is they're looking for and what it is they need to do to correct it.
That ball thrown straight to Springfield. Mindeman. That three-pointer, no good, just a little too strong. Good offensive rebound. Milliken loses the handle. Ball stays with the Rush, back outside. Osborne for three, just short.
So these are great teaching moments for both coaches, right? Rush has done a great job of coming out in this quarter, being very aggressive on the glass. That shows a great attitude and a great team character. On the other side, this is a great opportunity for Coach Anderson to help her girls learn how to adjust to the officiating, how to focus on playing good, sound, fundamental defense. This is the kind of game, if you're going to have struggles, this is where you want to have those struggles. You don't want to have them later in the week when the results matter more. So great opportunity here for both coaches to really develop the basketball skill of their players.
Under a minute to play in the third quarter. Osborne to her left.
I'd like to see Mindeman shoot that shot right there.
Nice interior passing. Shot attempt no good from Saya Robinson.
She may not necessarily have, I don't know, I've not seen her shoot, but Mindeman may not necessarily have the strength maybe to shoot that corner three. I definitely think it is something that she needs to look at, though. As a coach, I would tell her, when you get the ball in the corner, your first thought is three.
She certainly has had the looks and the opportunities. That three-point attempt is just short. Offensive rebound is controlled by Emmeline Hansen. Hamilton in the corner. Little Page running floater off the backboard, no good. Ball is tipped around, ends up back with THESA. 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Ball is stolen by Robinson. Osborne.
Got to go. You got time.
Osborne takes a look at it And that's going to be no good as we end the third quarter of play. After 3, THESA 33, Springfield Rush 8. Final quarter of action to come after this brief intermission. Six minutes to play here at Evangel University. THESA has a 25-point advantage. They lead 33-8 after 3 periods. Robinson is going to start the fourth quarter, and that shot is going to be a little bit too strong off the backboard. Little Page.
Wow.
Gets right past all of the defense, and she picks up where she left off. That's her first points of the second half, but she's now up to 20 on the game.
She's so good in dribble penetration, her speed. She's got great length. Well, she's got 1 3. I'd like to see her shoot a little bit more just to see how complete of a player she is.
Good look on the inside for Ava Osborne. No good. But the ball will stay with Springfield.
That's using your head, but not necessarily in the way that Ragsdale wanted to use it.
That 3 from Osborne. Good looking, nothing but net. She's got 8 points now in the game.
Great look. She's very comfortable out there as a player. Haven't seen her get rattled at all by this pressure that came early from THESA. They've backed off since the first quarter.
That running floater just short.
It's a lot of running floaters for a 12U game from multiple players, not just one. Sometimes you'll see it from one player. They want to make it part of their game. I'm not a huge fan of the floater. Very few players are actually really good at it. It's actually a difficult shot because balance-wise, you're not in balance. Uh-oh.
Had a collision between Little Page and Ragsdale, but fortunately seems like everybody's okay. Osborne ends up with the steal.
Oh, Osborne tried to throw it off of 32 there, Riley Collins, and she missed it.
Checking in for Springfield is Madeline Kuntz, as well as Ainsley Neal.
Going to go a little deeper into the bench here, get some girls some experience and some minutes here in the fourth quarter.
That three-pointer on the way, just short. Rebound Osborne.
She just plays with a lot of poise. When you're having to go against Ragsdale and Little Page, you got to have poise. And she uses that left hand really well. Uh-oh.
Now Ragsdale and Little Page on the break. Little Page coming from the left side, flips it up underneath on the right-hand side.
She made that shot a little bit tougher than she needed to, but great balance and control to finish.
Nice interior pass. That's the shot no good for Milliken. Ball will stay with Springfield. Substitutions for THESA. Flores checks back in, as does Jones and Medine.
I love how Coach Anderson has really balanced her players in their playtime in this game. I mean, she really could have poured it on if she wanted to. But she's done a great job rotating players through, helping her team be ready for the next game. Good move.
Great take from Ragsdale. Unfortunately, unable to finish the shot. Gets the offensive rebound.
Yep.
Back in the corner. Resets.
Right idea. Right idea. What a great little action right there. Out to, it was passed from Ragsdale to Jones, and then Jones saw Ragsdale still wide open, give it back to her. Anytime you go inside out on a three-pointer, it should be an automatic.
And that three-pointer is banked in by Milliken. Her first points of the game. That's the fourth three-pointer from Springfield, though.
I was getting ready to say exactly that.
As a matter of fact, they don't have a made field goal inside of the three-point line. Delaney Hamilton scores for THESA. So 4 field goals made for Springfield, all of them three-pointers.
This is just going to be a substitution timeout. No one's actually going to take any time. Coach Turney just trying to get some more girls some time.
Anna Stearman checks in, as does Ellie Lee.
Kudos to both these coaches and how they've managed this game. That's a deep bench that Rush has over there.
Three-pointer on the way.
Whoa.
That's another good-looking shot. That's Catherine Mindeman. Her second triple of the ball game.
Learning from her older sister. Very good three-point shooter.
Ragsdale.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Man, that was so pretty by Ragsdale. You got to give that referee a hard time. You got to let that one go, man. Reverse layup.
Falling out of bounds.
Falling out of bounds. Reward the effort. Yep, there you go. It's the right idea that Rush was trying to do right there. I heard the coach trying to give her teaching and instruction. Even though it turned into a mistake, it was the right idea. And that's what you have to look at as a coach is my team doing the right things on the court regardless of the score?
That triple is back-to-back made for Savannah Ragsdale, and she now is in double figures. She has 11.
3 threes for Ragsdale. Scoring picked up significantly here in the fourth quarter.
Osborne, that shot is tipped and blocked by Delaney Hamilton.
Good poke away.
More substitutions for Springfield as Josie Lee checks in, as does
Coach Turney trying to
Bella Kuntz.
Trying to get all of her girls into the game. It's always nice when a coach can get everyone an opportunity to experience the game at Nationals. Last thing you want to do is come to Nationals and sit the bench. Oh, wow. Look at how tough she is. Ainsley Milliken took one to the face there against the padding on the goal.
She popped right back up.
She popped right back up.
Some of the benefits of being 12, I suppose. I don't know how long it would take for me to get up.
I was going to say, if it was me, I think I'd still be down. Trainer! Do you have a couple ibuprofen?
Need some of those just from sitting in the chair yesterday.
I need some real time.
Milliken connects on the second free throw.
Had to give one of our sponsors a shout out there. Real-time pain relief.
30 seconds to play in the ball game.
Well, Paul, I know it's been a game that's been controlled by THESA the entire way, but kudos to THESA and Coach Anderson and how they have played this game. They've respected their opponent. They've been able to keep their momentum and be prepared to win the Undisputed National Championship. And then kudos to Coach Turney and how she's been able to keep her team up and going and focused on doing the right thing. So congratulations to both teams. Yes!
A shot is banked in at the buzzer by Sophia Osborne. And that gives her 11 points on the ball game as well. And that's going to do it. Your final score, THESA 45, Springfield Rush 21. On behalf of CJ Pomeroy, my name is Paul Gilmore, and we want to thank you for joining us on that broadcast. Coming up next, we've got some girls 16U action and a lot more to come as we continue our coverage here on Tuesday at Nationals 2025.